Everybody, welcome back. It's not Afterbirth Plus, it's Repentance, and it's not, She's Born With It, it's Maybelline, and hey, look, it's not the randomizer built in, it's the randomizer that we found on trpgstuff.com/Isaac. It's tough, okay? You're really presenting me, you know what, here's what I'm gonna do, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. You're presenting me with a tough question, which is, how do you play Tainted Cain and make it fun? And we're supposed to do Boss Rush plus Beast. I'm not sure if I really see that happening. I don't recall how to make portable slot, okay? I just don't. I don't recall how to make, well, really like anything as Tainted Cain. So here's my compromise, okay? There's a few different ways you could play this character. One of them is to fish for the exact stuff. I mean, this is how we got the unlocks, right? You fish for the exact stuff you need to make, like, rock bottom. Oh my god, okay. Like, if you'll excuse me, just go down here to mods and maybe just disable that for the time being, and then we can't continue our existing run. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, you know what? Start me up again then. Start me up again. I'm okay. I'm not worried about this streak. Tainted Cain is such a kick in the freaking teeth, man. Oh, one moment here. Now I got a Discord message. It's just it's crazy, man. It's as soon as you start, when it rains, it pours. Anyway. You could just, you know, pick up the exact stuff you need in order to craft, like, rock bottom and everything else that flies off of that. I suppose you could puzzle out from the item description what you need as well. I don't think 8 coins is... Oh, it is... 8 coins is portable slot. I am going to try, from memory, as ridiculous as it sounds, I'm going to try to create a good Tainted Cain run. Now, I don't really remember how to craft any of the top tier items, right? But I think that might lead to an interesting run. I'm also not really gonna sweat Boss Rush or Hush. This is kind of like this is a trial run for, like, how I'll handle... Sure, go ahead and just kill me, I suppose. It's a trial run for, like, how I'll handle streaks in the future, I guess, because, like... We have to figure out, like, with the randomizer, I think there's some characters I would take out, like... I don't want to take out hard characters, that doesn't really bother me, but characters who are just annoying, of which Tainted Cain is probably one, and Tainted Eden is probably another. But if you ignore them, you know, and maybe, like, I think Tainted Cain might be salvageable. Like, there might be some fun to be had. We'll see. You know, you could always just commit all of the... recipes to memory, if you're, like, you know, out of your mind, I suppose. You only really need to commit, like, 5 to memory, I suppose. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, I got, like, a number of different recipes that I got locked in my brain, but, you know, I've cooked them many times, and it takes... I mean, usually you gotta consult the recipe a couple times, and then also, like... Oh, no. Because we need 8 coins so that we can craft a bone heart. I know that for a fact. The thing with recipes is, like, let me give you a secret. If you work in a kitchen or you've never cooked before, you might disagree with this. Those are the two. I think, like, if you're a chef, or alternatively, you've never cooked before, you're gonna be like, what are you talking about? But I stand by what I'm about to say. The amount of time you cook something for in a recipe, it is important, okay? The amount of seasoning you add is important, but it's not important that you get it exactly correct. You know, like, in broad strokes, if they say add a tablespoon... Hold on, this is of the utmost value. My bone heart? Bone heart... 4 bombs, 3 keys. I do see the tinted rock. Bone heart, 4 bombs, 3 keys, something like that. I mean, rock bottom is kind of like the crux of all of this, but we'll see what we can get. If it says add a teaspoon of cumin, and you add 1/8 of a teaspoon, that's the kind of thing that'll probably make a bit of a difference, okay? If it says add a teaspoon, and you add 1.5 teaspoons, or you add 3/4 of a teaspoon, or you add, blah, 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 you're gonna be fine. Same thing like, for most foods, if you get the cook time wrong by a couple of minutes, it's not that big of a deal. I know you're gonna... at home, I make the most delicious mushroom risotto. If you stop stirring it for even a second or simmer it too long, the arborio rice goes from al dente to puree. Look, I'm talking about more in this situation. You're cooking a basic home-cooked meal. As long as you got the gist of the recipes right, you're fine. And what I'm saying is that Tainted Cane is the opposite of that. Tainted Cane is more like chemistry than cooking. You gotta have pretty much maybe not 1-to-1, but there's a limited amount of tolerance for variance. So I believe Boneheart, it's like 4 bombs, 3 keys, or 4 keys, 3 bombs. It's one of the two. We could use portable slot. In my experience, portable slot doesn't really have a great track record of coming to pass like this, but we'll see. This is lovely. So we're looking 4 bombs, 3 keys, or 3 keys, 4 bombs. I think that's my expectation. Kind of a weird yield out of these chests so far, but I'm not upset. Maybe we need to keep another 8 cents around, or 8 pennies specifically, because 8 cents won't do it. But if we have a nickel and 3 pennies, but keep it around in case we need to craft another bone heart. Because hey, like, here's the deal, okay? We don't need to make rock bottom if we just make great items. But I don't know what the recipes are, so I'm kind of just winging it. I guess this is all just a very roundabout way of being like, get ready to experience like some art. Not all art is masterpiece, there's plenty of garbage, I'm sure. I don't know, because no one ever taught me how to appreciate any form of art beyond like, hey, this thing looks like the thing it was supposed to represent. As soon as art involves any kind of like interpretation, I'm not qualified to discuss this. I'm not qualified to interpret it. I'm having a bit of a crisis on this floor. Have you noticed? What is the crisis? The crisis is where the heck are my consumables that I need to craft things? It's just pennies and red hearts, man. Okay. I thought this was a self-sacrifice room. That's my bad. Whoo. Flies, very, very good. Okay, give me that other bomb. Suck that bomb up there. We do have a tinted rock, but we gotta try to make this work. So any combination of bombs and keys at this point, except... No. 2 bombs would be fine. 2 keys would not be fine, but we could always just burn one. Okay, so I'm a believer that 1 key makes something here. This trinket has done way more than I expected it to. That's toothpicks! Hey! That's not what I was fishing for, and considering that we spent a bone heart on it, it might be a little bit, cost prohibitive, but that's something. Now remember, hey, this is a great reminder for myself, now that I think about it. Anytime we have 8 pennies, and admittedly you're going to look at this and be like, well, you screwed it up on this floor. And you would be right, by the way. But anytime we get 8 pennies, we can turn that into a bone heart. That's something, man. So I'm of the belief right now, we should probably go to the shop, but let's scoop up all these pennies to be able to possibly, actually quite honestly, very likely be able to create a bone heart. If not on this floor, then soon. We don't know what it is, right? The magician? I do miss the item. Oh, you know what? This will pay for itself. Yeah, I forgot how this works. In theory, it could have paid for itself pretty soon. The thing about bone hearts is they make for good items. I think that's... I don't know what the magician does. I think it's the soul for a room. Can we just leave? Yeah, just give me the 2 cents, and, like, I'll buy a bomb just in case, but then we'll leave. I think this is probably our secret room, so to create a bone heart and then either use it as HP or to craft an item out of it, like, okay, fair enough, appeals to me. Appeals to me. I don't know, I think you have to do it on a secret room to get the bone heart, so we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be a bit weird for a minute here, but just let it ride. I'm hoping that maybe some of the stuff we learned as Tainted Cain we can use to actually make the run fun, even if I don't exactly remember the recipes. You know, like, maybe we can just use the make portable slot as a bone heart engine and then make recipes with bone hearts, bombs, and keys, and use that as a way to, like, possibly create greatness. I mean, I will say we're on the 3rd floor, we have 1 item. That's a pretty bad, I mean, that's kind of an indication of what annoys me about this character, but it is what it is. In theory, like, if you find the secret room, most floors will have more than 8 cents on them. Please don't spawn anything. So we could, you know, even make 1 bone heart tier item. Wow, man. Just a bit wow. Cool, yeah. No, don't sweat. No, after you. You can make 1 bone heart tier item and get 1 bone heart per floor that possibly, like, if you filled up, you'd be living the dream. But for now, we're really just trying to manifest the secret room into existence. Keep in mind, by the way, like, item rooms, like, I guess did we skip our item room on the last floor? You might say, like, oh, well, now you got a chance to get a planetarium. It really doesn't matter, because when you touch the item, it just generates consumables for you. So, like, I wish that, I mean, it might give you a higher tier group of consumables, but as we've seen, there's no guarantee that that pays out with, like, a reasonable recipe. So, either way, I'm a big believer in, like, hey, instead of crafting HP upgrades, just get bone hearts. They're better than HP upgrades because they can weather 1 extra hit. Hello? Thank you. I mean, we're getting into, like... It's a train wreck, but, like, accidentally. Oh, that was just the worst dodge of my life. Like, I'm just... I need to pick up a bomb so I can get to a secret room. That much is true. I know this much is true. Again, tinted rocks, like, if it gives us small rock, we just get consumables, so we wouldn't be that stoked. Do we need a key? We may or we may not, I don't know. We're paralytic right now. We might spend a little time on this floor just doing maintenance. Hey, shoot me. Shoot me, duck-a-dit. Let's go! You got your bomb and you found me a secret room, didn't use up a 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 is 3. Got to be the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, please. Okay, there's 2 bombs. Leave the money for a second. I think we did last time. We did 4 keys, 3 bombs, right? This time, let's do 4 bombs, 3 keys. How does that sound? Put that in your pipe and smoke it, or don't. 4 bombs, 3 keys. Okay, let's get it. I'm rejuvenated now. If we have to buy an item on the shop in order to get some consumables dropped, I do not mind. Is it a bit of a rip? Yeah, kinda. I mean, you always like the idea of, like, picking up the card here, right? But I also really like the idea of just getting this key. Okay, so we're fishing our next consumable. And to be honest, we can actually pick up some consumables kind of, like, risk-free. Like, we don't, that gives us 5 bombs, admittedly, but we don't care. Just get this out of my face, because it's hard to manage. Like, 5 bombs is great, but, you know, we're kind of reaching a point where we need more yield than that out of a single bone heart. That's TM Trainer, right? Like, that item is just I mean, especially on Tainted Cane, where we would just get consumables to begin with. I have a hard time believing that does anything at all for us. While also possessing the ability to possibly ruin our game the way it does when you play, when you have that item as any other character in the game. So, don't get rid of the Bone Heart. Just make sure you're getting rid of the penny. We're trying to replace that with a card. That's an HP upgrade. Does that mean this is an item we've never had before? Which means that we still wouldn't be able to get it as Tainted Cane. You gotta, like, look at this run. I hope you're looking at this run and going, like, he's trying to find, like, a mea culpa as Tainted Cane. Because I really, like, it's one of those things where, like, the audience has a serious, like, one-third, one-third, one-third split. And it looks like the one-third, one-third, one-third split is, like, just break it every time. And then the other one-third is like, one of the other two one-thirds, I should say, is like, just wing it every time. And then the third is like, never play this guy ever again. And I'm really trying to mend fences. I'm trying to bring it all together if possible, like get everybody on a similar page. But we're gonna give it our best shot here. An HP upgrade. Doesn't really matter which of these we take. So we don't want... Oh, we do want another key. I'm incorrect. This is perfect. Should go ahead and give me another key here. That's Alabaster Box, which I think is like... Look, it's good, okay? We can take both of these for the record, but... Do we really want to make another toothpicks? After all this, are we just going to go, you know, toothpicks is the way forward for us? Well, apparently not. I really don't want Alabaster Box. So we're going to give Freaky. That's like the Lost Soul, which is probably just more consumables. Lil Haunt, like... I'm just being straight up with you. It's like, it's just not good enough. Piggy Bank, like, okay, I know you're like, I can't believe after all that this guy took Piggy Bank. I can. Of course I know him. He's me. Because then what are you doing here? Like, what's the point of what you got going on? There's not really much point in getting an item there because the items there aren't actually items. But I do know that, like, now we have Deep Pockets, okay? Deep Pockets plus Piggy Bank. Wait, we bought Deep Pockets, but it didn't become Deep Pockets because it was just consumables. Okay, now we have Piggy Bank. When we get hit, we'll generate some income. That income... Oh, I needed that, you jerk! That income will generate more bone hearts for us, which I'm like building a stake, and in the future trying to take us to infinite HP, or at least like 12 bone hearts. And again, like the fact that they wanted me to do boss rush on this without looking at a guide, I guess is kind of comical. But I didn't want to do this room. This room is being done under duress. I wanted consumables. We can get consumables for doing this room. That's why I'm here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Money equals bone hearts equals we're good. We want to see a single penny drop from this. A single penny equals an HP upgrade. 8 cents per floor for an HP upgrade it's a dream come true, man. It's a dang dream come true. We're on the Catacombs 1 at 16 minutes, huh? By the way, tell me you're Tainted Cane without telling me you're Tainted Cane. Okay, cool. I suppose there's no reason that I shouldn't just go in here and be like, you know what? Hello. Let's see. Just see what it generates. I don't want this because it's going to ruin our portable slot. It's easy to recreate, but... You know, we don't really want to mess with it too much. And I hate that there's a secret... You know what? We shouldn't mess with this yet. All good, the pony. Just kidding. It's going to be something completely different because it's just going to be a crap load of consumables. At least it's just about, like, the hardest boss you could possibly face here. Oh, yeah, okay. You know... I guess I'll just die? What am I doing? What am I doing, man? What am I doing? It doesn't even make a bone heart because you're not using it properly. Dude, look. Here's what I'm gonna do. Options. I'm taking Tainted Cain out of the. I'm taking him out. I'm sorry. It's just like, and it's not just the character, it's the way I interface with them. But what's the perfect solution? Look everything up. Make every run boring. Don't look anything up. Get no items. Just play better, Forehead. I'm helping, you know? Here's how we help. Tainted Cain, Tainted Eden, removed from the randomizer. And I hope you recognize this is a good faith effort as we turn this on again and randomize. That's regular Cain the Beast. I'll take that as a mea culpa. This is a good faith effort, honestly. Because I'm leaving Tainted Jacob. I'm leaving Jacob in there. I don't mind playing as bad characters. Sadly, we can't take this. We'll die on the way out, I think. Would be nice. If these guys drop a red heart, we could have lived, but... Anyway. I don't mind playing as tough characters, even tough characters that are a little goofy. I just, you know... Call me old-fashioned. I prefer my characters fun, but maybe that's just me. Ooh, salt. Ooh, so salty. All these flavors, and you choose salty. Look at that, though. Lucky penny. I mean, now, like, my blood pressure is returning to normal. I don't even... I'm happy to have Tainted Cain out of sight, out of mind. Well, of course you died. You only had 2 items on the 3rd floor. Oh, really? You think, like, Remote Detonator was the difference maker there? Hey, whoa, you pick up an item. It's the actual item itself. It's not a collection of, like, 6 consumables that all turn into HP upgrades. Whoa, dude. Anyway, okay, this... I'm just, you know, it's a culture thing, you know? Some companies, you know, they want rock star individual employees who aren't afraid to work endless amounts of overtime, work themselves to the bone. Some companies, if you ever have any shred of conflict, they'll be like, you're out of here, you know, on a silver platter. Here's your divestment. That doesn't mean necessarily one's better than the other, I guess. I'm not really taking a stand on that, but it just, you know, it's a difference in culture. And the culture that I have with Isaac does not work well with the culture that Tainted Cain wants. I think he's a rock star programmer, man. He wants to do things his own way. He wants to wear a shirt that says, like, don't bother me or I'll replace you with a PowerShell script. And I'm more the kind of guy, at least at this point in my life, I'm like, hey, you guys gonna come to the mini golf tournament this weekend? So I think, you know, it's fine. Maybe we just don't work that well together right now. And, you know, there's 700 characters in the game. They can't all be winners anymore. I'm super stoked, by the way. Like, despite all my complaining on this run, like, none of the complaining, legitimately, has been about this run at all. All the complaining, and I'm willing to do this, man. All of the complaining is about the previous run. This run is kind of unbelievable to start with. Like, everything's great. Book of Virtues, Bookworm, Book of Shadows is mighty nice. Little Worm is a red worm or whatever it's called is great. Daddy Longlegs does a ton of damage. Like, we got an amazing thing going here. And we're hoping to kill the Beast, which is actually, dare I suggest, maybe the Beast. The Beast is Fool card. Yeah. Okay. I'm worried he's gonna pop out of there, man. He did, but we're totally fine, actually. So we're not going true ending. Yeah, we're going true ending, we're not going alt path. There you go. Never thought I'd say it. We could use a range upgrade. Now we're talking. Look at that. We got a range upgrade. This is more like it, man. And angel deals are better. I'll just say it. A lot of people are afraid to say it. I'll just say it. We are going to be on a little bit of a lower quantity angel room opportunity as a result of going to the Beast. So I think it's valuable for us to If we find good deals with the devil, embrace them, enjoy them. Gonna find my little brimstone, gonna hold it tight, gonna get some 9:57 a.m. on a Tuesday morning delight. Eddie always told me what's right is right, but he said Curse of the Tower is a boss-killing item. He did in our interview. He did say it's not it's not worth taking half a heart to kill a boss. I believe, you know, I got nothing against Eddie. We got a difference of opinion there. In fact, I've got many things for Eddie, not against. But we have a difference in our beliefs of how these items work. Or what makes them good, let's put it that way. Anyway, like, I think you can understand my decision-making process on this run. Getting a good little wisp situation going. But remember, the wisps serve you. You don't serve the wisps. If you're starting to take damage in order to make the wisps not die, you're probably barking up the wrong tree and gonna be starting something. Me and my partner gonna test your chest, Loveless. Can't stand the heat, then get out the wild. We're going straight to the wild, wild west. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Last night, didn't really get up to too much. Like, I recorded an Isaac episode, a couple Slay the Spire episodes, but after that, this is bad. Yeah, like, it's infinite because of the wisps, but the wisps are, like, borderline useless. So, I'm actually, like, they don't persist room to room. I'm not a believer, really, in these wisps being that useful. And, you know, we did some chores and stuff like that, made sure everything was good. If I could give you, like, a secret... and it's I've only come to learn this, you know, as I continue to approach middle age here, but, if I can give you a secret for, like, traveling, managing your time well enough so that you can clean your house a little bit before you leave for vacation, instead of feeling compelled to clean it when you come back, it's an amazing, like, life-altering decision. Because I know, because I've been there, and we could get red candle, don't get me wrong, but I've been there, you know, merely like 4 days ago or something. You're like, oh, I can't, I don't have time to do this because I'm so pinched getting ready for vacation, yo, like, you know, we gotta leave. I said we were gonna leave at 10, it's already 9:45, like, there's no way. I'll just do it when I get back. I got nothing to do when I get back anyway. Nah, man, like, when you get back, you're gonna be tired. And would you, like, in the whole scheme of things, if you gotta clean your place anyway, which I know a lot of people would disagree with, but, you know, I don't. Would you rather, like, come back to a clean house or come back to a dirty house you gotta clean? I think it's a fairly simple... I mean, sometimes you literally just won't have enough time. But in the situations where it's like, you know, maybe the time is there but the desire's not, you gotta do it, man. It's so nice to come home. Obviously, the cats, you know, create cat fur just about everywhere, so a quick little vacuum, but the dishes are already done. Fridge was already cleaned out. Like, we're loving life now. You know, came back, just went for a nice walk, got some takeout for dinner, and now we're off to the freaking races, man. I'm stretching. I'm not out of things to say, I promise. I'm just stretching. Because I have been up for a while, honestly. It's that, you know, we got such different sleep. I wouldn't say bad sleep, but such different sleep on vacation. Because it was kind of bad. That last night I slept from like midnight to 7. And I woke up feeling fresh as a daisy. Got the car serviced, man. I was one of those psychos pulling up to the auto repair shop like 7:45 in the morning. And they open at like 8. Being like, hey, you guys good? I know it says 8, but you okay? I'm like one of the senior citizens waiting outside of a Denny's to open so they can get like 12 coffees for $1 and just camp a seat all day. It feels weird, feels foreign to me. Can I tell you something? Easy come, easy go. It's the thing I love most about perfection. It takes you 3 floors to get it going. As soon as you get it, it's toasted, usually. I like perfection, though. That's my own fault. I'm not blaming the game for that one. Ooh, Jelly Belly. I don't really remember what it does. We could turn item descriptions back on, but I'll wait till the next video at this point. So I was playing Pokemon Unite last night. I had a bad game, for sure. But I do want to say, okay, like, because before I get into this preamble, I had a bad game, but you can't always, and I'm guilty of this too, you can't always rely on the score screen in Pokemon Unite to, like, tell you who did the best. It has a bias. What a terrible walk there. It has a bias towards DPS. It has a bias towards carries. Especially if the game goes on to its full 10-minute duration. You know, you get points for scoring, you get points for kills, you get points for, you know, I think that's maybe assists on top of that. And that's basically it. So obviously, like, if you're more of a DPS-oriented character, if you're more of a defender, for example, then you may find it difficult to get your score up that high. But also, your score is a product of your team, you know? Like, if you win, your score goes up by, like, 30 points just because, you know, you were able to score because you won team fights. So it's a lot of, like, defense of my own here, but I'm like, you can't just look at the individual stat line and be like, oh, that person dragged us down. Instead, you would be like, yeah, maybe I scored 0 points because our Cinder Ace stayed in the jungle the whole game and literally only came out to fight Zapdos, and then we lost the Zapdos fight because, you know, we'd lost 3 Dreadmaw fights over the course of the game. So we were under level. I know you're like, this is boring. Just give me a second. But anyway, here's where it gets fun. Apparently, my performance was so bad, one or more of my teammates reported me for abusing voice communications, and I was forced to read, like, a terms of service notice in Pokemon Unite that was like, voice communication is in the game for everybody to have fun and communicate. If you're not going to use it properly, like, you're going to lose the privilege. So I got banned from voice chat for 24 hours. Here's the thing, wasn't even talking. Like, at all. Literally, I don't even have, like, a mic. So I went on the Pokemon Unite subreddit, and apparently this is the new form of MOBA toxicity. Is people, when they're mad at your performance, and again, I was talking about reporting someone for being bad the other day, so I'm not gonna say that I don't understand. However, not me. Hey, maybe I would have gotten more dunks if, again, our carries had ever left the jungle. You know, anyway, long story short. It is funny that you just get banned from voice chat despite not having a microphone plugged in. Seems like something... I know Tencent stock has slipped recently because the Chinese media said that computer games were social opium, eroding the moral fabric of humanity. That's the truth. I mean, I don't know if I agree with the statement, but that truly happened. Anyway, so I know they're struggling. They're only, like, you know, I don't know, probably, like, got a market capitalization of like $200 billion or something like that. So I wouldn't expect them to be able to put in a check like, hey, did this person use voice calls? 10-cent market cap. Hold on. Market cap, 4.67 trillion. Yeah, 4.67 trillion Hong Kong dollars. 4.67 trillion. Hold on. HKD to USD. 600 billion. Oh my god. Jeez, I knew they were big. I mean, 200 billion is a big company. 600 billion. That's freaking enormous. Anyway, what was I talking about? I can't remember. Oh yeah, Pokemon Unite. By the way, still had fun. Still a good game, in my opinion. At least a fun game. Whether or not you consider it good, I guess depends on whether we're speaking in the... Oh, you're just gonna crash on me, huh? Okay, cool. That makes sense. Because it's probably because I, like, walked into that room, huh? Like, what was I thinking? Well, you know, I know what you're gonna say. Turn on the mod. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. This one was just a little cursed. Look, there might be something that might be a mod issue, like maybe a conflict or something like that. This one leaves a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth, so I'm going to run one back real quick. I apologize for leaving you in media res. The lesson to be learned here is don't report people in Pokemon Unite. Come on, man. Don't be ridiculous. Apart from that, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode in spite of it being terrible. I'll see you next time. See ya!